Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by
The Org Boss. The Org Boss is a residential and commercial organizing company that specializes in decluttering, interior design, inventory staging, business processing documentation, and more. Reach the Org Boss today at 832-617-0624 or send an email to info@theorgboss.com.
Houston Housewives of Finance. For more information on increasing your cash flow, becoming your own money manager, and to schedule your complimentary personal finance strategy, contact the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789.
Hey, yo, what's good, my peeps? Hey, welcome to Startup Masters. Boy, I tell you what, we are for real some Startup Masters on this show. I'm your girl, Kalia Guillory, also known as KG. You can follow me on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook at KOG Speaks, because that's what I do, y'all. I speak. Hey, I'm so excited that you decided to come back. For our loyal viewers, welcome back. For our new folks that recently discovered the Startup Masters or the Sphere Network, hey, welcome to the family. I'm so happy you came. We dropped the dopest content, the gems that don't even need to be shined up. You don't have to worry about skinning that white meat, scraping your knee up to the white meat, because we got the dopest guests that share all their pitfalls, their triumphs, like everything you want to know. So grab your pen, grab your pad, because it's about to be so litty.
I guess, man. If it's gonna be litty, I guess it's gonna be litty. What's up, good people? Welcome back to the great episode
man.
of Star Masters. I'm your co-host Gary Lee, also known as G Hawkins. Of course, you can find me anywhere online: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with the Z. And once again, we're in treat. We are in for a treat.
Yeah, we are.
We done been through the fire to get this show started.
Talk about fire.
Sometimes we gotta let y'all know how the sausage is made, because
Listen.
things happen, but that is real life.
That's it.
And you gotta go through these obstacles.
And we transparent with that thing. We transparent. Cause
See me.
This a lesson right here.
Hey,
It
all the
wasn't
time.
This one no hell.
All
Straight
the
up
time.
lesson.
Lessons. That's right. But we've got a great person in the house today. So
Fire.
I want to get to this real
Let's
fast.
go. Let's go.
Sometimes you get an opportunity to work with good people. And this would happen for me years ago, almost a decade ago, over at the Fountain of Praise, working in the audio video department. Met this young lady. She came in energetic, ready to rock, had no idea that a decade later,
Come on.
she would be an entrepreneur doing big things in the home healthcare area. So without further ado,
Come on.
let's talk to the owner and founder of the Height of Hope Home Healthcare, Miss Enit Mejia. How are you, madam?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
You all right today? You good? You ready for this? That's right. That's what I wanted to hear, that laugh, right? Because that's what makes it right here. So what we like to do here on Startup Masters is something that's real sweet, real crisp, real straight to the point for the folks. And that's take them through this journey from beginning to end, from the start of what you did when you said, you know what, let's get something going, to where we are today. So are you ready to take this journey with our people right now?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do this. So for all our Facebook Live viewers, for everybody that's tuned in right now, you're sitting in your car, you're on your couch, feet up, watching this on your Apple TV, wherever you're at, Rokuing it, whatever you're doing. Follow with us right now. Take this ride with us down this journey. Enit, give the people what they need to know. Let them know what was happening when you said, you know what, I want to create a home health care company. What was going on in your mind? What's going on in your life right then?
Okay, well, at that point in my life, I was in teaching. I was teaching at Lamarck High School. And so for me, there wasn't necessarily a problem, but it was more so redirection. And so sometimes in our lives, we're busy, we're in our careers, and then life pulls us in a different direction. And that's what happened for me. So I kind of went on a different route. And I wanted to do something that I really did like to do. And so I did a lot of research about home health care. And I wanted to offer more services because at that time I really liked to shop.
Sure.
And so what I did was just did a lot of research and I found out that I can be licensed and get a contract. And so I just took a risk. I went for it, got all my credentials and got everything, and I was set.
And see, that's such an interesting situation. When we have people that come on this show that sit at this table to drop these gems about their journey, there's always some type of risk involved. There's always some type of that fight or flight scenario is always in play because you're stepping out into the unknown. You don't know. You have no idea. Am I right, KG? Where you're going to end up at? You have no idea what's going to be the final resolution to this master plan you're trying to build. You're literally stepping out on faith. Hence the name of the business, Height of Hope.
Come on, Hope.
I just did that. We just made that happen right there, that connection. But so let's talk about it a little bit, right? You're getting this licensing, you're getting bonded, insured, all these things that are required.
Right.
I want to make sure y'all heard that. Licensed, bonded, insured, the things that are required to have a successful business.
Right.
You put a pin in that. When you're doing these things, what were some of the obstacles along the way? What were some of the things, the hurdles that you kind of had to step over, or where you kind of had to, you ran and hit your head a little bit and had to course correct some things like that?
Well, one of the things initially was capital.
I got you. Go ahead.
I didn't have capital to start my business, and so what I did was I got my family together. I told them what I wanted to do. So my family was a resource to me. And so that's one thing. When you're looking to start a business,
Yes.
pull from your resources.
Talk
Come
about
on.
it. Speak on it.
So I spoke with my family. I already did my business plan. I spoke to them. I showed them everything, my growth within years, and I sold it to them. And so my mom pitched in on the idea. My dad pitched in on the idea. My sister, all my siblings. And that's how I was able to get the capital that I needed. It wasn't completely enough, but it was doable for that moment.
It was enough for you to work with.
Exactly.
But did you catch what she said?
I did. I caught it. You know I caught that. Talk to him.
Enit said not only he already gave you a recap of all the things it took before she even decided to go this route, right? But what she said that was key is she had a business plan. She was ready with her business plan when she was ready to pitch her additional resources, i.e. your family. Talk about that business plan. Talk about, because I think that's sometimes what we miss. We have everything up here, but we don't have it on paper ready to pitch in the
Tangible.
event. It's tangible. What if we ran into Oprah in the elevator? Do we have a 60-second elevator pitch? Do we have our business plan that we could just Dropbox it over to her? Talk to us about how you came up with that.
So what I did, I went to the small development, U of H small development. It took me almost about a year to get that business plan going. But there I had all the research tools that I needed. I received help. And so that's what I did. It took me about a year, but I got it done and got it ready.
You know what I love about it is that you were patient with the process. 'Cause
Yes.
sometimes we want to rush it and we make mistakes and we just give up. But I also like the fact, I just recently realized that small development center is downtown, on the outskirts of downtown,
U of
right?
H,
U of
small
H.
business, yeah.
It's absolutely complimentary.
Resources.
It's
You
free
gotta know-
resources.
You
if
just
gotta
trust
know
us.
about your
your resources.
Yeah.
And I just stumbled upon that bad boy last week. And I was like, where has this been? Marketing, research, and evaluations. I was like, I need to be living here.
Yeah.
You know, so talk about some of the other things that you did whenever you, because Gary went back and talked about course correcting. What were some of the things that we call we call them lessons. They're not necessarily
Yeah.
losses, but they're lessons. Things that if you could go back, you might have done some things differently. Like, do you have any one thing you could pinpoint? Like, man,
Yeah, I do. One of my biggest pitfalls was not having in place a service agreement or some type of contract with people who wanted to start with you. And so what happened with me was I had a very, very good friend of mine. I told her what I was trying to do, gave her my business plan. She looked at it. She said, "Oh, that's interesting. I'll be willing to help you, you know?" And so I said, "Okay, but I'm not looking for a business partner. I am looking for an administrator." And since she had the credentials, you know, we kind of connected like that. But what happened along the way is, I guess she ended up doing more than what she thought. And so she kind of took on the role of a partner. And so because there was no agreement in place or no kind of contract, she did sign a service agreement for her job description. But I guess us being so close and being friends, she kind of put herself in a partner position. And so we kind of had to reevaluate everything when the business started growing. Once the business started growing, she just felt like she was entitled and obligated.
I knew it was coming. I could hear it in your voice and the way you were telling this story. I knew that was coming. That friendship, here's the thing.
relationship currency,
we talk
baby.
about the relationship currency all the time, but this is
the
a situation
adverse.
that shows the inverse or adverse of that, right? Where it's like, I thought we were good, so even though you told me I'm not your partner, I feel like I'm here 50-50
Right.
with you. It ain't 49-51.
No.
It's
It's an
50-50.
unexpected
Wait a minute. No, I'm
consequence.
just an administrator?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Those
no.
contracts are important, and people
Gotcha.
will look at you crazy and be like, "No, we'll be fine. No, we're gonna make this official when we got it in inked, when that
Yeah.
ink has dried,
Yeah.
Right.
because that way we could avoid any issues that might come around."
But and you need that. You need that organization. You need those policies, those procedures in
Right.
place. And there's a place that you can get that, and that's with the org boss. So guess what, folks? This particular portion of the show is sponsored by the org boss. Has the clutter in your home or office space gotten out of hand? Are you sick and tired of spending way too much time trying to find the things you need on a daily basis? If so, then give the org boss a call so that she can help you create organized, functional systems that match your personal lifestyle. The org boss is a residential and commercial organization company that specializes in decluttering, home staging, interior design, space planning, inventory staging, and business process documentation for your growing business that's looking to formally document their procedures. Call the org boss today at 832-617-0624 or send an email over to info@theorgboss.com. That's info@theorgboss.com. So yes, you gotta be organized.
Gotta be
You got to.
organized.
Why not?
Yeah,
Why not?
It's the best way to conduct yourself as a business owner.
Right.
Right?
So talk to us after that, right? So you've had to go in, you've reconditioned the situation, so to speak. I'm manicuring that because I don't know what happened. Because
I'm curious.
but we're not gonna spill the tea today.
No.
But you had to recondition that situation. After that, obviously, you're selling at this point. You talked about things growing up. What did that look like at that point? If that point is today, what were those services that were offered or are offered by Height of Hope?
What are
The
can you-
services that are offered by Height of Hope. Like, so once you got past that station, that concrete solution, what do y'all now bring to the table?
Okay, what Height of Hope offers now is assistance with daily living activities. We service the aging and the disabled, and anybody going through surgery and recovery. We can assist with that. We also do skilled nursing. We accept Medicaid, private pay, and also for those who can't too much are on a budget, we have a sliding scale as well.
Okay. So you have options. It's a
we have
variety.
yeah.
It's a variety for your people. So talk about the from a standpoint of the variety that you offer, the type of care that you offer, your ideal customers are people who are family members of these people you just rattled off, right? So what's your difference? What's the difference maker between your game changer? What keeps you different from the saturated home health care out there in the market right
that
now?
sound like your X factor. That's what that sound like.
Oh, okay. Yes, yes. Well, what separates me is that I'm Latin American, so I'm Spanish, and it's not a lot of people, or it's not a lot of businesses who owners are Hispanic, and so I'm able to cater to the Latino community. I'm able to cater to all types of communities, and so that's what puts me out on the forefront as far as everybody else.
That's dope.
It is
That's so dope.
That's the way it's supposed to be. Do y'all catch that dopeness over
Come
there on
on.
Facebook? Y'all catching this? Facebook Live, we want to
Facebook
say
Live.
what's up to you. Ashley said she tuned in. She was very timely information.
What's up,
And
Ash?
so that's a great thing. And of course, Steph is always in the building showing us love. But we want to say Facebook. Remember, this is only the first 15 minutes, folks. You only get just a little bit because we want you to get the rest of the episode back in all of our service platforms. So head over to the website at thesphere.tv/startup masters, and we've got a bunch of options for you. We've got iTunes, we've got SoundCloud, we've got Google Play, and of course for our techie folks, we've got Stitcher. Now, while you're there, make sure you give us some feedback, give us some constructive criticism. Let us know how the show is going for you. Please hit those stars and drop us some notes. Also, make sure you share this. Share this with your family, your friends, your colleagues, your loved ones, your haters, everybody, the side, whatever you got going on. Share with people to make sure that they have this information out. And of course, last but not least, hop out and donate. Donate to us. Go over to thesphere.tv/donate. We've got two options for you. We've got a single donation as well as a Patreon-based donation so that you can sow back into us as we continue to sow into you. Remember, we're only here for the first 15 minutes, folks, so make sure you head over to the website to get the rest of this show later tonight. All right, let's keep this party going, Enit. Now, you speak about the heritage. Is there inspiration somewhere in that? So when you think about what has inspired you to become the woman you are today, walk us through that. What does that inspiration look like?
Well, my inspiration comes from the well-being of my family. My mom was a single mother raising 5 children, and so what keeps me inspired to continue to do it, even through workout, through those kinks and through those rough patches in the business, I just think that I think of the life that I want my parents to live when they do retire soon. And so I just keep going. That's my drive. That's my motivation. And I won't stop until, they retire and they're able to live the life that they want to live comfortably.
I feel that.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
Right.
it's so funny. We talk a lot about legacy on this show. We talk about the things that we want to do for the other people, but a lot of times we miss the fact that we've still got that generation before us that help
Yeah.
us get to the point that we're at. We want to make sure
Gotta
they're
pay that
good
respect.
because maybe they missed the mark somewhere in life.
Right.
They didn't get those gems. They didn't get that inspiration somewhere. And if we've got it, why not push it backwards to them? Because we're all that family. Like you said, they sold into you from the jump.
Right.
They bought in to what you wanted to do. So that's dope.
That's so dope.
It is.
So it's so dope. So when I think about when we were chatting it up before the show went on, right? You're talking about how you had so much going on today. Like, what processes do you have on rinse and repeat that keeps you organized, that keeps you on task, so that way you could look up at the end of the day and say, "Man, I accomplished a lot." Check, check, check.
One of those things are meditating and devotion. So during the day, my day is always hectic. I take out 10 or 15 minutes, even before work, say a little prayer, and just even on my break, I take out my devotional and just read it and apply different situations that I'm going through throughout the day. And that's what keeps me rejuvenated. That's what gives me strength throughout the day to just keep going.
That's what's up. Gotta keep them first.
You got to.
I'm just saying.
Throughout the day.
I'm just saying.
And what I loved about what Enit said was you got to implement it.
Yeah.
What can you implement it to what's going on like right now?
Yep. Apply that thing.
Apply that thing.
So now, obviously, it takes a lot to do what you're doing.
It does.
Let me just keep it a buck for those that are watching us right now. You don't build businesses like this, by happenstance. That just doesn't happen. However, for those people who are constantly on their grind, you've got to at some point sow back into self. So when you walk away from Height of Hope at the end of the day or at the end of the night, because I'm sure you're putting in these 10, 12-hour days, when you walk away at the end of the night and when you say, you know what, I need to break, what does that look like for you? When you sow back into self, when you get rejuvenated, what's that process or where do you go to get Enit back up to par?
Well, I do, I exercise. For me, it's a stress reliever. And it just kind of helps me get my mind back to what I really, need to be doing and what's most important. But I work out, it gives me more strength throughout the day. And so I just love to work out on my spare time, on my downtime. That's how I sew back into myself. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Now, what's your workout of choice? What are you doing?
Oh, jogging.
Yeah,
I
that's
jog.
your stress reliever.
That keeps the pounds off quick.
I feel that.
Yeah, that keeps the pounds off quick.
When you say jog, like are you doing long distance stuff? You doing what?
Yeah, I jog for about 8 miles a day.
Nice.
Yeah.
8 miles a day.
That's an hour and a half.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe a little
Straight up,
less.
and I'm guessing you're meditating during that as well. You're protecting your creative space, because we talk a lot on this show about, if you're not protecting your creative space and you allow for any and everybody to tap into it, then eventually it'll be cloudy.
Right.
So, like, what kind of things are you dreaming up when you're protecting your creative space when you're on that jog? Like, what's going through your head?
I try not to think too much. I just really, when I'm exercising and sewing back into myself, I just try to have a clear head.
Yeah.
Because when I leave, I know I'm dealing with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so, my mind is usually clear at that time.
Now, what is Enit doing for fun? Like, what are you doing when you're like, ooh, I'm having a good time right now?
The kickback.
The kickback.
Well, I have 2 children. I have a 9-year-old and I also have a 3-year-old. So I just fell back into their lives. Kids need attention. They need love. And with my hectic schedule, I don't like to neglect them, because you do. We don't want to do that. But, there's a sacrifice somewhere when we're career and when we're dealing with the family. And so what I do is I just spend time with my children, and that keeps me happy and they keep me going.
That's dope.
Yeah.
It is. I don't have kids, so it's like
That was so
can't,
sweet.
It was like I can't necessarily relate, but I understand.
You can
Right.
empathize.
I understand, because when you're around a child, especially at that younger age, and you can see, literally see the need, right? In everything that they do, you see those needs. So I could get that. I could truly understand why you feel like that is your boom. Let me just sew back into y'all. You know what I'm saying? And that's great. That's what we need more of. Share more love. Shoot. I'm just being honest. Share more love.
LOVE, baby.
Yes. So I'm gonna put it over to you, because it's time to get these coins.
But I mean, because I was about to say, you got really, really excited just now.
I did. It was cute.
You got real excited.
The kid
Almost
bug.
just as excited as I got last night watching the dragon that's going to become a White Walker on Game of Thrones. I was so excited.
We're going to bring you on intermission. You want to talk stuff like that. Come on.
Well, I'm just saying. Well, you know what else gets me excited?
What else?
The thought of advertising right here on the Sphere.
Hey.
This portion of the show is sponsored by the Sphere.
Mm-hmm.
Are you starting your business and looking for a place to advertise? Do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at the Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States, as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with your strategic ad, is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send an email over to advertise@thesphere.com. thesphere.tv.
There it is. There it is. So we're on this journey, right?
Right.
We started off talking about where you came from, the idea, the need, the passion behind it. We then talked about where you're at today, the services offered, how do you implement, how do you sew back into self. Let's head to the future.
Okay.
Let's talk about what Enit believes is going to happen, what she has planned for Height of Hope 5, 10, 20 years from now. What's on the agenda? What's on that new business plan in the sky? What's coming down the pipe?
Okay. I definitely don't have a vision for 20 years from now, but 5 to 10 years, I'm building an empire. And so
That's a big word now.
Yeah.
Empire.
I am. And so one of the things that I'm also working on, I'm starting a nonprofit. And the nonprofit is going to be to give health awareness and education for the community. And I'm also working on an assisted living facility.
Okay.
So we're going to be offering double services. We're going to be doing more for the community.
I feel that. Now, what I heard, and I want to know if anybody else out there listening, I heard strategic give back. I heard that through the 501c3, being able to give that information back, because I think that's important, right? Am I right, KG?
Absolutely.
Aren't we always looking, and it's such a joyous occasion when we have businesses that talk about having some type of give back strategy at the table, because you want to sow back into other people in other ways.
Absolutely.
You know?
And our community.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that's our entrepreneurs. That's one of our responsibilities.
Right.
We must give back and pay it forward. Pay it back and pay it forward as well.
Yep. Yes, indeed. Now, so talk a little bit about, you said the assisted living. How does, and for those that are watching that may not know, how does assisted living even work? How does that function?
Okay, well, you have a facility, and again, you have to be licensed with the state of Texas. So it gives me an opportunity to have more than 4 beds at the home. So we can have more than 4, and we can also offer room and board and provide 24-hour care around the clock to our clients. Because right now what we do, we go into the homes and we care for them. But I want to offer more services. And so I would like them to have a place and offer them room and board, and also receive their care in one spot instead of just going out and giving them their care.
I got you.
Around the clock.
So
Turnkey, baby.
Yeah, turnkey.
That's just turnkey.
Yeah.
Several options.
And being able to provide a better quality of care, because you've got everything you need in this
the-
facility.
right.
You can't always bring everything. It's like
Right.
trying to do something, take all this somewhere. It's hard. It's
Right.
difficult. So I feel that. And do you think that over time either of the business will kind of morph into something a little bit different, or do you think they'll stay independent for what they are? Home health care as well as assisted living, and allowing one to facilitate the other, so to speak. So you start off in your 40s, 50s needing home health care. By your 60s, 70s, 80s, you may need assisted living.
Right.
A little bit different.
Yeah, and so that's why I'm creating it, to just offer a broader service. So if you start off with just needing care, but in the event that you become more critical, don't have family support, we'll be that support. We'll offer room and board and still receiving your care. So that's why I'd say it's just kind of like an empire, because I want to build an umbrella, where you could just come to this company and get everything that you need.
Totally.
Yeah. And it makes sense. It makes sense starting from the back. When you first opened your mouth to talk about this,
Right.
you mentioned how you went to your family as a resource. Right. And they all sewed into you. So it makes sense for you to build a business that sews into other people
Right.
through helping them stay alive, stay healthy, things like that. And then with the strategic give back through the 501c3. I'm
It's
happy.
dope. Yeah. It's so dope.
Yeah.
It's so dope. And what I love about it is you talked about from the beginning, right? How your parents were involved. And then you moved down the road to where now it's a matter of making sure that they're good whenever they retire. And then you talked about injecting that time into your 2 kids. And then the give back strategy. So I feel like you're leading us up to what does success look like for Enit? Like, if you can paint a picture, what will you be doing at the optimal level of success for yourself?
I think it'll be just laying back and just knowing that my businesses are being taken care of, my nonprofit, my assisted living, and my home health care. Taking trips when I need to, knowing that I have somebody running each entity.
There we
And
go.
making sure that, like I said, my parents are well off, and or at least comfortable and doing good, and just making sure I don't want for anything. I don't have to depend on anything. Any particular person, and I could just do for myself and do for my family as well.
I feel that. Where are you taking trips to? Let me dive deeper. Where you
Where you
tripping
going?
to?
Well, I want to go to
What's on the-
Israel. I want to go to
Israel.
Israel.
Let's talk about it.
I would love to go to Egypt. Those are the main two places that I would love to visit.
What's on the bucket list?
Um,
So we know those two are there. What else? What else is like so wild? Like if I got time, I'm kicked back. This is what I'm doing.
I just would like to just take a trip for months on an ocean somewhere and relax.
Come on,
Yeah.
excluded island.
Yeah.
Living that life,
Gotta
that
charter
height of hope life.
Yeah, you gotta charter a plane
Yeah.
to get there.
Exactly. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I feel that. And I think it's important. So when you talk about coupling this all together, obviously there are insights, there are things that you've learned along the way. Share some of those things, like as a business owner, that you would share with someone who's not a business owner but is looking for some tips, strategies, tricks of the trade.
Well, one thing that can stop you is fear. And so I always, when I'm trying to embark on a new journey, offering new services, or just trying something new, I just try not to let fear get the best of me. And also, it's also risk taking. Taking the risk, because if you never take the risk, you never know what you're capable of doing, and how far you will go and how far you will succeed. So just trying to mastering fear and just taking the risk is one of my biggest things.
Mastering fear and taking that
Mm-hmm.
risk.
It's important.
Yeah, it is. Because when you really think about it, like that fear will prevent you from taking that risk.
It will.
And that risk, when you take that risk, it will overcome that fear.
Exactly.
So it's almost like you need it to be able to be successful.
Right.
Yes,
Man, oh
indeed.
man.
I know it's so crazy how we get these conversations and they wrap around some very similar topics. I can't tell you how many times we've had someone sit at this table and talk about the risk taking or the fear, or someone sit at this table and talk about building businesses that sow back into other people.
Right.
Because I think at the end of the day, that's probably one of the biggest things of being an entrepreneur, is being able to sow back into other people. And obviously what we don't hear a lot, and what we hadn't heard today at this table, is anything regarding finance. And that's the thing, because when you're an entrepreneur, if you're focused on servicing others, the dollars will come to you. You know what I'm saying? You'll get the money. We don't have to worry about the money. So that's pretty much how I feel about it. Am I right, KG?
Absolutely. And speaking of finances, why not go ahead and talk about this portion of the show, which is sponsored by the Houston Housewives of Finance. Did you know that only 4 states in the United States offer financial education? 33% or more than 77 million of Americans don't pay their bills on time. 39% of Americans carry debt, credit card debt, from month to month. And 39% of adults say they don't have enough in savings. Don't become one of those statistics. Let Houston Housewives of Finance advise you on increasing your cash flow and becoming your own money manager by scheduling your complimentary personal financial strategy. Contact Houston Housewives of Finance today, like right now, at 1-844-700-4463, or email us at info@houstonhousewivesoffinance.com. Ask us how you can participate in a complimentary financial literacy workshop near you. Houston Housewives of Finance are the new faces of the new age of financial services.
Yep, and we know that to
And
be
we
true.
know that to be true because they're my advisors.
Yep, and they hooked me up as well. Got me straight.
Yeah, get
So-
you right.
I've got something for you.
Okay.
We're gonna throw you a little curveball, and we definitely appreciate everything that you've shared with us today. But let's take it all away. Let's rewind the tape. Let's hop in the DeLorean, 88 miles an hour. We're going back in time. Let's take away the dream of building the 501c3 with assisted living. Let's take away the documents, the procedures you've put in place because of issues that you've had with your administrators and things like that. Let's take away the licensing, the insurance, being bonded, all those particular mechanics that have solidified your business. Let's take away the family endorsements that you've gotten. Let's take it all the way back to the dollar and a dream. But let's leave you with the knowledge of everything that you've been through. What would you do differently this time to start this same business that you did not do the first time around?
That's a good question. I think what I would do differently would honestly
give it to us.
to be more prayerful. Honestly and truly, because when I wanted to do this, I just jumped into it, and I didn't give myself the opportunity to seek divine direction. And I think when you're doing something, you have to, whoever you serve, just receive divine direction. I think the road would have been a little bit more smoother, because I would have been guided in different directions. And because I just stepped out, I did what I did. I kind of had some roadblocks along the way, which is cool because we all have them. But I think that's what I would do differently, is just kind of spend some time after the business plan and give myself a couple of months and say, let me, be more prayerful, write things down, and see in what direction is best for me to go in instead of just running,
I hear that.
Yeah.
Being more prayerful. Can you beat
You
that?
can't be. That's priceless. That's nothing.
Yes.
What do you put a period at the end of that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Be more
Right.
prayerful.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm speechless. I normally I have something to say after somebody gives a plan.
That ain't often.
I have nothing to say. You're right. It is not often. Usually I got a mouthful, but I think we all could be a bit more prayerful when we're pushing our businesses forward. Like real spit. We all could be so much more prayerful. So I appreciate that. You shared something with
That was
me
good.
that I'm going to take
Yeah.
away because
Yeah.
I need to be more prayerful as I build businesses, as I build empires. And it's important. It is
It's so
important.
important because when we really think about it, whenever it's you bumping up against something, that means he ain't in it. Because if he
Right.
was in it, it should be smooth. There should be no anxiety. It should just be smooth sailing.
Right.
So no, you just
Yeah. Yeah. She don't even know. She don't even know. We
I'm
Thank
gonna look
you.
away. 'Cause I
Thank
mean,
you
that was a
very
good word. That
It
was a good
was.
word. Yeah.
Thank you very
Done.
much for that. Height of Hope Home Healthcare. Come on, Enit. Come on, Miss Mejia. Come on, talk to us. We would like to officially coin you, my dear, a startup master. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing all that. And please let the people know that are listening right now, that are watching us, let them know where they can reach you at, where they can reach your business and find out about your services.
Okay, well, I do have a website. It is called heightofhopecare.com. There's a lot of information that you need on there. And if you need further details or if you have any other questions or concerns, you can reach me at 346-401-2083. And I also have an Instagram page. I'm sorry.
Tell 'em where it's at.
Height of Hope Care on Instagram.
Height of Hope Care on Instagram. Well, that is a truly motivating conversation. Thank you again for sharing today.
Thanks for having me.
No, just talking about your business. I truly appreciate it. I had a great takeaway from that. I really did. And of course, KG, where can the good people reach you at?
Good people, you can catch me on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. That's at KOG Speaks. KOG Speaks. What about you, G?
Okay, you can reach me on Friendster, MySpace. You can reach me on Black Planet. You can reach me all of these old
Side-eye.
school
Side-eye.
places. No, I'm
Side-eye.
joking. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with the Z. And remember, if you got any questions about what's been displayed here today, the conversations we've had, feel free to shoot us an email, startupmasters@thesphere.tv, or reach us on social media platforms @thesphere TV hashtag Startup Masters, and we'll definitely get back with you. This has been another great episode, and we will see you all next week. Take care.
Bye. Thank you.